Good afternoon, everyone. In today's lecture, we will discuss motion in a central force field. Now, we will see conservation of energy. Here, in central force field, the energy is conserved. That means it is constant. Here, the force, it is the central force, is equal to n cap. What is n? Is n cap is a unit vector along the line. Okay, so here force is conservative. So this force is equal to minus del V R in the form of potential energy. This is the scalar function. Okay, so the curl of a gradient of scalar function is always 0. The curl of a gradient of a scalar is always 0. Okay, so that is the curl of scalar function, curl of gradient of scalar, which is always equal to 0. So this is the del bar cross f bar r bar, which is always 0. So here this force is always conservative, for which the principle of conservation of total energy holds good. Principle of total energy holds good. In central force field, there is angular momentum is always conserved. Okay, so suppose origin, let the origin be center of a force and particle of reduced mass m, reduced mass mu, be at a distance r bar. The separation between the two particles, the torque exerted by the central force on the particle. So this is the torque exerted on the particle. Okay, so this is the torque, and r is the distance of separation of two particles cross. The value of this is, I will put from this equation. This is the force, central force, n cap f of r. Okay, what is n cap? Is a radius vector along r bar, and this n bar torque acts due to the central force, torque acting on the object having mass m is 0. Okay, so thus torque on the particle is 0, and this torque is the rate of change of angular momentum. So this torque is rate of change of angular momentum is 0, because torque is 0. Okay, so derivative of constant is always 0. So this L bar is constant here. Okay, L bar is constant, and what is L bar? Is a value. R bar cross P bar is constant. What is P? Is the linear momentum. Linear momentum. P is linear momentum at a distance r. Okay, so here r bar and P bar are perpendicular to L bar. Since there is no component of f of r bar, there is no component of f of r bar perpendicular to r bar cross perpendicular to r bar and P bar, the motion will always remain in a plane of r bar and P bar. Okay, so thus the central force of the orbit of particle always lie in a fixed plane perpendicular to the direction of fixed angular momentum. So in central force field, there is a energy is always conserved, and also a linear momentum, angular momentum is always conserved in central force field. Let us discuss here equation of orbit. Important point, equation of orbit. Suppose we consider angular momentum is conserved and motion is planar. Suppose because of the angular momentum is conserved in the central force field, so this motion is planar like this. Okay, suppose this is the motion of particle. This is like a curved motion, curved path of the particle. suppose this is the particle position of particle PQ, and this is the position vector from origin of this particle, and the theta is the angle between this plane and point P, and this is the d theta. When particle is in motion and after time t, this particle travel a distance dt after time t, okay, then the angle is changed after time t, is after time dt, the angle is d theta, okay. So in case of polar coordinates, there is a radial component and transverse component. So theta is the transverse component and r is the radial component. So when let us consider the motion in xy plane, motion of particle in xy plane with origin O. Let r and theta is the polar coordinates at the point P. R and theta is the polar coordinate at the point P, where mass m is situated, particle of mass m is situated at this point. So now the particle traveled in curved path in two-dimensional plane under the action of central force, okay. So this point is this position is the instantaneous position of this particle under the action of central force. And we will consider the orbit. When the particle travels, when a particle is in motion, this particle travels a distance after time t, particular distance after time t. So this traveled path of this particle is called as orbit. So we will calculate here the equation of that orbit. Here we will consider the radial acceleration and transverse acceleration of this particle, because we will consider here polar coordinates. So here the radial acceleration it is possessed by this particle under the action of central force, and the transverse acceleration is 0, because here in this direction there is no central force acting on this direction. So here this transverse acceleration is always 0, okay. So now here, according to Newton's second law of motion, this is the radial acceleration, force is equal to ma. It is due to the central force, and in this the transverse direction there is central force is always 0. This central acceleration is a theta is equal to 0. There is no component of force in transverse direction. So because of this reason, this acceleration is always 0, and there is no any force, no any component of force is in transverse direction. Hence the acceleration of the particle is, because the particle is in motion, so due to this here acceleration of that particle we will calculate. The acceleration of that particle is a bar is equal to r double dot minus r theta dot square. This acceleration, r double dot means second derivative and theta is the first derivative. Theta dot is one dot is first derivative, double dot is second derivative. So E cap r is the unit vector along the radial direction. R theta double dot plus 2r dot theta dot. E cap theta is the unit vector along a transverse direction and which is perpendicular to the distance r at point P. Since the force F bar r bar is along r bar, only. This force along r bar only, because the transverse component is not in that direction. So central force is 0 in the transverse directions. Okay, so we will consider only this force is along r bar only, not in theta. Equation of motion along r and theta respectively are. We will write the equation of motions in along r and theta. So this is the equation of motion according to the Newton's second law of motion. Acceleration, this is the acceleration in the radial direction, this is the acceleration along the transverse direction. So equation according to Newton's second law of motion, I am writing this acceleration r double dot minus r theta dot square is equal to f of r. This is the equation number second, this is the equation number first. Now the equation of motion along the transverse direction. So this is the r theta double dot plus 2r dot theta dot is equal to 0, because there is no component of force in the transverse direction. So this equation of motion is equal to 0. This is equation 3. Okay, so let us consider equation 3 and multiply this equation 3 by r. Okay, so we will consider all the equation in the form of r only, in the form of radial direction only. Okay, so now by multiplying this equation by r, we will get mr square theta double dot plus 2mr r dot theta dot is equal to 0. So this is the term, and this will gives us a derivative of mr square theta dot. Okay, so by taking the derivative of this, we will get this equation. Okay, so this is the derivative of mr square theta dot is equal to 0. This term is a derivative of mr square theta dot. Okay, so by using this, and we know that the derivative of constant is 0, so here this mr square theta dot is constant, but we know that this mr square theta dot, this is related to the angular momentum, and this is the equal to L. What is L? Is the angular momentum here. L is angular momentum in under the action of central force. So in any time, okay, after time t, this particle travel a distance, particular distance, okay, and change this theta into d theta after time t. So here in any time dt, okay, we will consider that this time is dt. The area dA swept by radius vector r bar is. आपण एरिया कॅल्क्युलेट करू कधीचा. हा पार्टिकल या पॉईंटपासून या पॉईंटला काय होतं आहे, ट्रॅव्हल होतं आहे, आणि मग त्याचा किती एरिया त्याने ट्रॅव्हल केलेला आहे, किती एरिया आहे त्याचा ट्रॅव्हल होण्याचा, तो आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करूया. मग त्याच्या वेळेस एरिया आपण काढताना कसा काढतो, तर हाईट इंटू ब्रेथ, त्याची ही हाईट असेल आणि ब्रेथ आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करूया ॲज कम्पेअर टू दिस पॉईंट. ओके, या पॉईंटपासून आता तो ट्रॅव्हल होतो आहे, मग त्याचा एरिया आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करू, आणि मग तो एरिया आहे dA. आपण बघतो आहे at any time dt, the area dA swept by this radius vector r bar is 1/2 breadth into height. आपण म्हणतो तसं r त्याची, ओके, सॉरी, पाया गुणिले उंची असं आपण म्हणतो का नाही, तसं, किंवा लांबी गुणिले रुंदी. बाय according to this formula we will calculate this area. Okay, this r gets r 1/2 r square d theta. Okay, so this area we will calculate it after time dt. So we will take the derivative of this quantity with respect to dt. Okay, so because this is the area after time dt, so we will take derivative with respect to time. The time is dt. Okay, so this 1/2 r square d theta by dt. Okay, so here dA by dt is equal to 1/2 r square. What is d theta by dt is the first derivative, so this is theta dot. Okay, multiply this equation by m. Okay, so now here m into dA by dt is equal to 1/2 mr square theta dot. हा m इथं नको आहे, आपल्याला इकडं घालूयात. dA by dt is equal to 1/2 mr square theta dot upon m. Okay, and what is mr square theta dot? It is angular momentum. So we will put this instead of this value. dA by dt is equal to 1/2, and in central force field the angular momentum is always conserved. Okay, so it is constant, so it means it is conserved. L divided by m. Okay, so here we will write L upon 2m. So this area with respect to time dt is L upon 2m, and this angular momentum is constant. Okay, so that is, this angular momentum is constant means what? Equal area, thus equal areas are swept. Equal areas are swept in equal interval of time. म्हणजे इक्वल एरिया म्हणजे सेम जेवढा एरिया टाइम ट्रॅव्हल केला आहे तेवढाच एरिया त्यांनी काय केलेला आहे, ट्रॅव्हल केलेला आहे तेवढ्या इक्वल टाईममध्ये. म्हणजे जेवढा इक्वल इंटरवल ऑफ टाईम तेवढ्याच टाईममध्ये त्याने तेवढाच एरिया ट्रॅव्हल केलेला आहे, म्हणून आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो, एरियल व्हेलॉसिटी. काय म्हणतो त्याला आपण, एरियल व्हेलॉसिटी. सो दिस aerial velocity is constant. So here Kepler's second law holds good. This is the Kepler's second law. In Kepler's second law we have seen the aerial velocity is constant. Okay, so this is the Kepler's second law. So this is the half expression. We will see the remaining half expression in next lecture.